And in conclusion of our series of special reports on the devastation caused by erosion in some communities in the country, our correspondent Deji Badimosi takes a look at the involvement of the federal government in tackling the menace.
For the past 3 days, we have taken you through the devastation caused by severe erosion in 2 states. We showed you what has become of Ogbeson community in the heart of Benin, the Edo state capital. You saw houses completely taken over by sand and the family sent away. We brought you the looming threat of extinction hanging over a large part of Auchi, a commercial hub in Edo North. We also took you to Anambra State, where we showed you this massive deep gully that stretches over 10 kilometers and has claimed an entire community at Nanka. We let you into the plight of this old blind man who is on the verge of losing his home to the erosion. And we brought you the frustration and helplessness of a people who don't know who else to turn to for help.
If only the government can help us, please, we are tired of this erosion.
In all of this, the question that keeps coming to mind is how? How come things were allowed to get this bad?
What you saw when you visited Auchi is the unfortunate situation that we have found ourselves. This was avoidable. As at the time federal government gave out the job in the first instance, it was still redeemable, easily redeemable, far, far cheaper. But I'm not too sure whether they took the scope into consideration when they were making their choice, of contractors.
It is exactly by the disaster.
My governor spent so much time traveling from here to Abuja, but for his effort, he would have been in a lot of
responsibility for fixing these problems. It is that of the federal real impact.
I am not even aware of any site, any erosion site across the country, including Auchi.
And we never even seen anybody working on erosion sites, and we were able to find a few of them. But what we found did not indicate that much money has been spent on these sites.
When that House Committee on Environment came to visit Anambra State to inspect some of the erosion sites, the members came armed with this document. The document contains a list of some of the erosion sites in Anambra State where the federal government is working. But there's a particular erosion site I want to draw your attention to, and that is the one at Nobi, where the blind old man or the old blind man is about losing his home. Now, the document here says that erosion site, the contract was awarded for 31 million naira. Now, for an erosion site of that magnitude, there's just no way 31 million naira would be enough to fix that problem. Fed up with the poor response of the federal government, residents in the affected areas are beginning to turn their heat on the state government. Auchi in Edo State is a clear example.
If this work is for federal government, okay, but as a state government, give us a palliative effort. Help us with something to stop this thing.
It's beyond us. Yes. Yes. Because what it will take to reclaim that place and avert, the disaster that you can foresee is beyond the state.
Let's inform you that we did try to get in touch with the Minister of Environment. We actually got in touch with him, but he said he was not ready to grant any interview at all. He said he was not going to comment on the situation until a later date. So as soon as we get the Minister of Environment to comment on this situation, we'll bring him to you. Deji Badimasi, Channels Television News.